Hello, everyone. Today I'm here to talk about The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Michaelides? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce his last name. Sorry about that. But I just finished reading this yesterday, and this is a book that only took me about 2 days to read because I was super excited about it. I loved the writing. It was really easy to follow. It is a thriller, and it's basically, this isn't giving anything away, but it's about a woman named Alicia who shot her husband 5 times in the head and then was committed to a psychiatric ward because she never spoke again. She didn't speak out in her defense. She didn't speak during her trial. She doesn't speak when she's at this hospital. Just she has not spoken in years since she killed her husband. And then a doctor comes in, Theo, who really wants to help her and wants to get her to speak again. And that's basically the premise of the story. Why isn't she speaking? Why did she kill her husband? What happened that night? And it was really good. Like I said, I read it in a couple of days. I started. The writing is really strong, but easy to understand and a good flow with it and nothing catching me up where I have to reread anything and be like, wait, what was he trying to explain something there? I didn't understand that. So the writing was really well, easy flow, easy to follow. And then there's this twist at the end, which I've read a couple of reviews where they were like, if you're smart enough, you'll be able to expect the twist at the end. And I was like, well, I wasn't expecting a twist at the end like that, okay? So completely blew my mind. I was so excited. I loved it. There's also just a lot of play with different time periods, I'll say, and I don't want to give anything away, but it was just really, really clever and really well done, and it's his debut novel, and I was super impressed by that. And he is Alex Michaelides, however you say his last name, sorry, Alex M., is a writer, so he's written other things before, but this was his first novel, and I was just really impressed with that, and it just had me hooked from the beginning. I also really, really wanted to know, did Alicia even kill her husband? Was she framed? If she really did, why did she do it? And why did she decide never to speak again? And is this doctor going to be able to connect with her in ways that other people haven't been able to? And will she be able to finally express herself? And will we know what happened? Like, just everything. It had me totally captivated. I liked the characters. There's obviously some other characters in the book. There's obviously Alicia's husband, Gabriel. There is Theo's wife, Kathy. And then there's a couple of other doctors at the hospital as well, where he's working with Alicia. And they were all well written, like their own characters, whatever, you could understand them, but really it was like the main two characters, Alicia and Theo, really hold the story together super well. Really, really enjoyed it. Highly suggest The Silent Patient. Once again, twist ending, blew my mind, did not expect it, freaking loved it, just kept going, what, oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, boom, he just wrote it so well that I was not expecting that at all. So I highly suggest The Silent Patient by Alex M., as we'll call him, since I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering his last name. Read it. It was really good, super interesting, held me captivated. I also love the description of her artwork that she did. Alicia is an artist, and so it talks about her artwork there and about her relationships with other people as well, and I found that super fascinating, and I really just liked the whole premise of it. It was really good. So check out The Silent Patient, and geez, I didn't think of a question. I guess, okay, because she's a painter, what's your favorite painting? And sorry if I've done this question before. One of my favorite paintings, if not my favorite, is The Raft of the Medusa by Theodore Géricault. Once again, probably butchering his name. But it is an amazing painting. It is at the Louvre. At least it was, like 10 years ago when I saw it, and I'm assuming it hasn't moved yet. It's this huge, like 23-foot or something painting, and it depicts a moment in history where there was a ship called the Medusa, and it was going down, so the captain and the crew got off and left a bunch of people on a raft, which wasn't even really a raft, to be honest, and basically cut them loose. So they were drifting at sea for a couple of weeks, and it depicts a moment where there's a little tiny ship on the horizon and someone's like waving to try and get its attention, but there's also just all these other characters in the painting and the play with light and just all the different expressions of people or what they're doing in that moment where they could potentially be saved. I loved it. I sat there and sketched some of the characters for like a couple hours just sitting in front of it at the Louvre. One of my favorite paintings. I also find the backstory, like the whole story for it, to be very fascinating, and so go check out The Raft of the Medusa by Theodore Géricault. If you also go to Paris, skip the Mona Lisa because I don't think the Mona Lisa is that cool, and go see this painting instead and go appreciate some art that is better than the Mona Lisa. And thank you so much for listening. I try to post videos every Friday, but it honestly just depends on if I have time to read. If you know someone who enjoys reading or would like to hear some book reviews, please share with them and like, subscribe, comment down below. Do you have a favorite painting? And if so, what is it? I will totally go look it up and see what it looks like. I like art, all kinds of art. So yes, thank you so much for listening. Once again, this was The Silent Patient by Alex M. And you all have a great day.